Close your eyes. Anybody have any Burger King, McDonald's, or Wendy's? Sister, raise your hand, because we just had Wendy's. All right. Okay, I'm just trying to keep it attractive in my head. All right, I'm just, because I know it's hard, but we're going to get through this. Now, let me tell you, if you went to McDonald's or these places this week, Burger King, let me get it right, Pizza Hut, Chinese place, let's try not to do it this week. Amen. But I know y'all did good. I just a hot thing. I know y'all know. Don't talk to me. I don't want nobody talking to me right now. Now look, I know the weather was bad this week. Did anybody have any potato chips and cookies? And I know how it is.
Are you guilty?
I'm raising my hand. I'm raising my hand. Y'all, we got some other people coming in. Y'all come on in. How y'all doing? So this week, let's do better. I hope we don't get in the ice. Because when the ice and I get stayed in it, and I get locked in the house, look like I can eat everything.
That's it.
So let's, and you know what, on the way home Friday, I knew the ice was coming because they said it was coming. Boy, I had the best strawberry cookies. And it was a shame, but I'm going to try to do, who said on my goodness?
I did.
Stop talking to me. But we're going to, this week, we're going to try not to eat any fried chicken, any Chinese. Because I knew it was bad. Everybody was worried about that little ice coming and these things. They do happen. But we can do better. How many loaves? A pound this week. Good, great, that's good. Oh, my hand just went up. I haven't weighed. I know I lost 2 or 3. But the thing is, it is so good to see you all here this week, back here this week. And I want to see you all back next week. And I'm going to even have a better report next week. The snow is gone, the ice is gone. It might rain this week, but let's not eat these potato chips, because these things is not good for you. But they're good. So let's stand for prayer.
Good evening again, everyone.
Good evening.
I hope you had a good week. Even though Diana, she done got on us, so we got some work to do next week, right? We got some work to do next week, right?
Yes.
That's right. Well, we're not going to prolong it. We're going to get right into the next program, and our instructor will be Sister Stacy Fisher.
Amen.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Okay.
We're really going to get into the works now. We just started. Exercise. One of the most important things that goes along with this Best Way program is exercise. And everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. Physical fitness is so important to get part of this. You just can't eat and not burn the food up. Got to have some physical fitness. It's the ability to carry out daily tasks with vigor and alertness without undue fatigue. So important. And with ample energy to enjoy leisure time pursuits and to meet unforeseen emergencies. You just can't eat and sit around. You just can't eat and go to sleep. No good. Gotta have some exercises. The benefits of exercise. It slows your resting heart rate, it lowers your blood pressure, weight loss. That's most of you all key. And it lowers your bad cholesterol and it raises your good cholesterol. Okay? So it's very advantageous to your health. And number one, it's a priority to eat it. So, did I have that one? Now the benefits. Stronger your bones. Gives you stronger bones, especially if you have osteoporosis as you get older. You break bones. But in order to strengthen the bones, you have got to exercise. Less fatigue, yet more relaxed. You sleep better. Sleep better. More disciplined and productive. Greater self-confidence. And you increase the joy of living. You're ready to move. When you eat, you don't exercise, you don't want to do anything because the food is still sitting in your stomach. But you exercise, you feel much better. Eating less and no exercise. Look at that. You eat less, your metabolic rate slows down because your weight is going to slow down. Your metabolic rate is like when you eat, the body takes the food and converts it to starch and sugars and all of that stuff, and you've got to burn that off. You can't let that sit there. If you let that sit there, all of a sudden it starts developing in your hips and your legs, and everything gets puffy. You have got to burn that off. Right in the tummy. Even for my size, you'll get it here. You've got to burn it off. So how do you burn it off? If you just eat and you don't do the exercise, you have no energy. The food is sitting there. Especially if you're diabetic. You've got to do some exercises. Okay? Exercise plus, eating plus exercise, what happened to the metabolic rate? Okay, it goes up. You burn the food faster. It goes up. You get hungry faster. And hunger can be mental as well as physical. Okay? You can feel hungry here, but then if you know it's time to eat, sometimes you say, oh, it's time to eat, I'm going to eat again. But you have to remember, you've got to exercise to burn that food that's sitting there. Okay, so exercise is the key. And these are some studies that were done, and this is the study of walking as compared with vigorous exercise in the prevention of coronary artery disease in women. Okay, and this is an exercise that was done with almost 72,000+ female nurses. And the ages of 40 to 65, they were free of coronary events, free of cancer, and they were followed for 8 years. 645 coronary events occur in 70,000 female nurses. Now that doesn't seem like a high rate, but any amount of cardiac problems is not a good rate. Okay? And the exercises included walking, hiking, jogging, running, bicycling, swimming, laps, tennis, calisthenics, aerobics, and flights of stairs climbing. And they calculated the BMI also, the metabolic equivalent. Okay? This is the findings, and this is the group of with the activity level. Now you notice they have different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first level did not do any exercise. The second level did a little bit more, the third a little bit more. The one who maxed out is the 5th level. Okay? And if you notice, there were about 15,000 in each group. Everybody got that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Look at how many people met. Look at the ones who exceeded in 535. I don't know if I'm hitting the right thing. Get this being 35.4 did it in the 5th quartile. Can you see that? Whereas in the first quartile, how many people exercised? 0.8. Not much. Not much. Okay, let's go a little further for this. Okay, heart events. Look at how many people had heart problems in the first compared to how many people exercised in the 5th. So you see how important exercise is to prevent heart attacks? Because you're putting that extra load on that heart to function, and especially if you eat all day long. Some people eat continuously. They don't give a chance for the stomach to rest. And just like you have to sleep, your stomach has to rest. If not, your heart will just keep on going. And I mean, thank God the heart keeps on pumping by the grace of God. But you want to make sure that that has a period of rest into. Okay? Look at the coronary events by physical activity. Look at the first quartile. Okay, it's very, very high, up to 1. Look at the 5th quartile, 0.46. just by exercising, you have just about cut your heart rate in half. You reduce the potential to have a heart attack in half. And number 5 is basically, the 5th quartile is basically maximum exercise. If you do minimum exercise, like even in the 2nd quartile, you're still reducing it. So important. So important. Okay? Look at the 3rd quartile. Okay, let's go back to the 2nd quartile. You are reducing a potential for a heart attack by 30% if you exercise. So it's not a joke. It's really, really important. Okay? The 5th quartile, you hear almost 50%. You're reducing your chances of a heart attack. 54%, they said. That's how much you reduce it. So you see, exercise is a must with this program. Even if you cannot walk, you can still lift your feet up.
That's right.
Okay? This week I was not in the mood to exercise. I was not feeling well at all. I was not in the mood. And I called Miss Horton. And she was checking in with me, and I said, I am not feeling well. I don't want to exercise. She said, well, me and Sid are going around the house. And I said, oh, good. She said, yeah, we're just walking around the house, walking around the house. When I hung up from her, I said to my little grandbaby, I said, come, let's walk around the house. I said, let's go around the house. And I went around the house, and there it was with me and my grandbaby and the dog. And we were going around the circle. And you know what? I felt so much better. I think it was like a mental thing as well as physical, but just by getting into that mood, I forgot that I wasn't feeling well.
Amen.
That was the whole thing, and I felt so much better. And I called Juanita and I said, thank you so much for encouraging me. Focus on walking. 47% had no vigorous activity. This group was divided by the amount of walking, including those who couldn't walk, measured hours walked per week, and measured the pace of walking. This is another study. Here it is. If you notice, it's still about 51,000 people in there. Look how many people met. In the first area, 0. 0 walkers. In about the 5th, you've got about 20. Okay, you are improving yourself when you exercise. It's a priority. And I am not talking about just going to work or just in the home just dragging around. That is not exercise. You'll see further on what we talk about when you're talking about exercising. You've got to put a little bit of stress on your body. A little bit of stress. But when you're just walking around and cooking and cleaning, that is not. I mean, it depends on what type of cleaning you're doing, but you know,
I
that's
didn't
not
know
the type
that.
you're talking about.
I didn't know that.
I know that. Okay. Coronary arteries. Look how many people in the first quarter. 92 people. 92 people had events for coronary artery disease who did not walk. Whereas in the 5th quarter, 57. Even in the 2nd quarter, look, it dropped down to 78. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay? The risk of coronary events by amount walked. Here it is in the quarter. Same thing I said. And if you notice in the 5th quarter, again, it cuts the events in just about half. It's so important. So important. So walk. In the 2nd quarter, it's 31%. You're cutting your chances to have a heart attack. Folks, and a heart attack is no joke. It is not a joke. In the 5th quarter, 54%. 54% if you walk. And this has been vigorous exercise in the 5th quarter. Okay? So this shows you you really need to get walking to be part of this best weight program. It's important. I can't stress it, really. I cannot stress how important the exercise is. Okay? The risk of coronary events by pace of walking. Now, if you notice the pace of walking at the bottom, number 1 did less than 2 miles an hour. Number 2 did 2 to 2.9 miles an hour. And the third one did over 3 miles an hour. And look at the risk of coronary artery events. Okay? Number 3, by 41%, those who did at least 3 miles per hour, they cut their risk for coronary events. So the faster your pace, the better it is. But if you can't go that fast, you can still cut you can still cut it back. You can still cut your risk for coronary events. Less than 2 miles an hour, even less than 2 miles an hour, you cut it out. But you don't. You want to push yourself a little bit. Push yourself a little bit. Okay? Turning back the clock. Adopt a healthy lifestyle in middle age. And we've got a few little teenagers in here. And if we were like a teenager running, we can keep them. But we are middle, and age. We have got to go at a slower pace. And you can do that also. Okay? Here's another study. 15,792 men and women between the ages of 45 to 64. They were first enrolled in 87, and they were followed for 3 years. 3 years, every 3 years for 10 years to determine internal medical history, weight and height measurements, diet questionnaires, smoking update, and current participation in sports. A healthy lifestyle factors. And this is one of the key. Eating at least 5 fruits and vegetables daily. Walking a maximum, now this is what the study did. They walked a maximum of 2.5 hours per week. And they maintained the BMI between 18.5 and 24.9 and not smoking. That was the factors, the healthy lifestyle factors. These are the diseases that was measured. Blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, strokes, and those who have any type of intervention like bypass surgery or angioplasty, or those who died, death that occurred. These are the results. Of those 16,000 people who participated, only 1,344 had all the 4 lifestyle factors at the start. Now that's it's not even half, not even a quarter. Okay? It's got to start up here. You got to say, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And this is why you have the buddy system. If you can't do it, your buddy can call you and say, you can do it, you can do it. That's you can say, okay, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do it. And you can pull it together. 970 people of that 15,000 began at 4 healthy lifestyle factors in 6 years. And if you look at it, 670 from 3 to healthy to 4, and this is not a good result, but at least it is some results. Okay? Everybody's not going to be perfect. So don't get carried away that somebody else is doing better than you. You do your own thing. Okay? What has changed? 78% increased fruits and vegetables in the diet. 38% increased exercise to 2.5 hours per week. 12% stopped smoking. And 5% lost weight to normal range. Switching was followed for 4 more years. Now, these are very large research. We don't have that large research here of people to do. But you can accomplish some of this. You can accomplish some of this. Determination makes it work. Determination makes it work. Here's the outcome. Unhealthy lifestyle, look at the rate. Now, we got cardiovascular disease at the bottom of the death. So the blue is cardiovascular disease, and death is the red one. In the first little block we have here, those who did an unhealthy And those who switch, you notice it dropped. It dropped. Exercise is so important. The health benefits for adopting a healthier lifestyle in middle age is substantial. Modest improvement in diet and exercise combined with improving weight greatly reduce the risk of developing heart disease and death. Okay? It greatly reduces it. What type of exercises are best? We've got walking, jogging, running, bicycling, swimming, strengthening exercise. But at this time in our lifestyle, we are asking you to walk. Walk at your pace. A little faster if you can, but walk. Okay? Dress appropriately for the weather. Loose fitting clothes are best. Wear good shoes. Your heart should beat a little faster when you walk. You should get mildly short of breath, and you may perspire. And if you can't do it in your home or you can't do it because it's cold, go to the mall. You'll see people walking all the time in the mall. All the time in the mall. Walk in your house. Go around the circle. Go around the stairs. I think that's what Reggie's family did, right?
That's right.
Go around the stairs 20 times.
Go up and down the stairs. One down the stairs.
That's right. Do some form of walking. And if you can't walk and you're sitting in the wheelchair, lift your feet up. 1, 2. Lift your feet up. Get that blood going. Very, very important.
The third point about wear good shoes, I'd just like to admonish everybody to, if you can invest in some good tennis shoes, because people get a lot of injuries by wearing cheap shoes or tennis shoes that are like been wore out over the years, and then you'd be surprised how much injuries that you'll get by wearing those tennis shoes. So if you wouldn't mind, if you want to see good results and you don't want to cause more injury as well as your knees and your legs and feet, just invest in some good walking or running tennis shoes if you can. I mean, but just do what you can, because at the end of the day, you will get the benefit anyway.
Good advice. Good advice. Here is a safety number for your target heart rate. You should take 180 and subtract that from your age. Example, if you're 45 years old, your target heart rate when you walk should be about 135. Now that's not your basic heart rate. Okay, that's your target heart rate when you are walking. Okay, you're putting a little bit more pressure on yourself. You're forcing yourself. And if you find that you're getting short of breath, slow down a little bit. I have a girlfriend who walks and she gets short of breath. And every time she does that, she'll stop and she'll go at a slower pace until she catches her breath, then she tries to catch back up. You can do that. Because there are a lot of health issues sometimes with people who are walking, but you can walk. Okay? The difference between losing a half a pound per week and losing 2 pounds per week is walking. Okay? For 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Walking 5 days a week and get credit for 7. Now you got a gift right there. You've got a gift right there. Every food item to avoid can be eaten once a week without penalty, Diane. Okay?
That's right.
You can cheat once a week. Just don't make it a big snack. Just don't do that. Carry that card with you at all times. That way if you have to take it in between meals, you can report it, because that's your report card for yourself. You are looking at what you are doing, so don't even try cheating yourself. Be honest with it. You know, because you are looking at yourself, this is what I did yesterday. I think I can do better today. You know what I'm saying? I think I can do better today. So just take it and grade yourself. It's your report card for you, for nobody else. Okay? Don't forget to avoid between meal snacks. That's Reggie. Avoid between meals snack. Eat less, especially at supper. Why? Because you don't want to have nightmares. You don't want to go to bed on a full stomach. I don't know if anybody is as old as I am here, but you remember the mamas and the papas?
Yes.
Does anybody remember the
Yes.
mamas and the papas?
Yes.
You remember she died? The mamas died. A very heavy young lady. She ate a cornmeal sandwich and she lay down. She lay down. And then she lay down, she belched and she regurgitated. You know where the food went? Down her lungs. Okay, so you do not want to eat and lay down. You want to sit up for a while, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. 2 hours the max. 2 hours at least is a good time. But do not eat and lay down, because you don't know when you're sleeping, things happen. You may not wake up now. I don't want to say this to frighten you, but I'm saying this to be real. Okay, when I read that, and that was years ago, I never forgot that statement. That young lady died. Eat less, especially supper. Pray for motivation and strength to do the best way. You can't do it by yourself. You cannot do it by yourself. You can't. No. This is why you have a buddy partner, and this is why you have, most of all, our Heavenly Father who can help you to do it. Pray. Ask Him for the strength to do it. If you slide 1 week, that's okay. Get back on board the next week. If you cheated one day, Diane, get back on board. No chicken for the rest of this week.
That's what I'm telling you.
She's telling them, huh?
Call your group leader. Do you realize you get points when you call each other and call your group leader? You get points. You need those points. Okay? And read your assignment. You will be given those assignments. Read them. Read them. They're excellent. It gives you the strength to hold on. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Get your walking in 5 days a week this week. Everyone. If nothing else, get your walking in and eat less. Your metabolic rate will go where? Up. And that's the end of my session. Thank you so much.